Admit it, girl. You're solely doing this for money, aren't you? Hey you guys, it's China in town here, and we are back. We are back with a new video of Tailor Tales. So I hope you guys enjoyed the last upload I uploaded, which was pretty much today at this time of recording. That was part 18, chapter 25. And so we pretty much left off to where we have to do a client request. I'm like, great. But if you haven't watched the previous upload, last episode, please do. If you're new to this channel, new to this game, I have a whole playlist. I will definitely leave a link in the description for that playlist of Tailor Tales. And pretty much we've been playing this game for like a whole year. So we're almost done with Neil's route. We have 3 more chapters left after we do this request. And so I'm pretty excited. I still don't know where we're gonna be going with this story. I really don't, because we've been just, I don't want to say like half-assing, but definitely just Neil as a character just was annoying. But I hope you guys like my outfit. I had to change the background to make her outfit pop, because you have to do that sometimes. And look at her rocking her all natural hair, looking cute. I hope everyone's having a good day and a great week so far. This week I had to take my first biology exam, and I did really well. I was so surprised. I did really well. I mean, the class average was pretty good too. It was like in like 70-something%. And I got like a 77 on my exam. So I was really proud of myself. I definitely studied. I could have studied a little bit more. And there were some of the questions on that exam I was just so stuck on. And then when I had to look back at what the answer actually was, I was just like, I'm so dumb. Oh my goodness, can't believe I missed that. Yeah, school's going really good. Work is going really good. My hours haven't really been much because we haven't been that busy. But it's Valentine's Day weekend, and just, first and foremost, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Hope you guys had a good time with you and your loved ones. Me and Bryn, we did. I had to work though, but it was good nonetheless. But I'm not going to keep talking. I'm going to get right into this client request. Oh, hold on. Okay. Hopefully it's nothing too complicated. Oh my gosh. A dress for a family dinner myself? Okay. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. Now we got to buy that. Okay, I know for a fact we have the skirt, we have the top, we have the waist thingy. We don't have that type of sleeve, so we need to buy that. I think we have that color. We don't have that flower design, though. I know that for a fact. We don't have that. And we got a good enough amount of money to buy whatever we need to buy. It's not going to be much products this time. Thank goodness. But I think this is going to be our final client request. This is crazy. There it is. Hopefully that's all we need. Let's go back. And one thing I want to point out, though, I really hope I'm doing a lot better when it comes to pronouncing and speaking more clearly to you guys. Leave it in the comment if you think I'm doing a lot better. If you watch my old videos to now, I hope I'm improving. I feel like I am. I've been doing tongue twisters. Like before I record every video, I try to do like different tongue twisters and stuff, and I think that's really helped a lot. And Ren's just jumping everywhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's that. All right, time for the skirt. Oh, don't tell me we have to wear this after I literally just changed her outfit. I would be so sad. Woo, woo, woo. Look how much money we got. We got 14 grand for that. Okay, I'm not complaining. So wait, so she literally spent 14 grand on the dress, and then she's just gonna pay herself. Okay. So I'm assuming we... No? Okay, we're just gonna get into it. All right now. Okay, not gonna complain. Angela's somewhere on the beach, enjoying her rehab vacation. But me? I'm sitting next to Neil in a very expensive limousine, heading towards his parents' estate. Their personal chauffeur is taking us to their home. 2 days ago, Neil contacted his parents and got invited over for dinner. He decided it would be a good time to break the news to his parents and asked if I would like to join him as well. Oh yeah, we've been having this issue going on. Since I already promised him I would be there when he'd reveal the engagement was fake, I'd simply say yes. And that's why I'm here, in a fancy car, sitting next to him, an equally anxious-looking Neil. My nerves are killing me. Neil, I call for him. Neil turns his head away from the window he was staring out of. How are we going to do this? Should we just say it straight from the beginning, before dinner, or do you want to wait after dinner? Or perhaps when we're walking out the door so we can shout it at them as we're leaving? Now that would be so dumb. Girl, really? Like having a good dinner, having all that good dessert, having some nice apple pie and spaghetti, and then you just up and leave and talk about, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not gonna marry your son because y'all's little aunt, daughter, that little Angela chick literally just lied on us talking about our relationship. But I just want to let you guys know it's fake. Neil bites his lips before growling at me. Stop your rambling. I can't concentrate on my thoughts if you keep talking. Well, what exactly are your thoughts? I know I said we'll tell them together, but we haven't really decided on how we're going to do it. And before I run my mouth off at dinner, I just want to know what your plan is. You guys didn't discuss that at dinner time? Oh yeah, that's right, because Pooper didn't pay her electric bill last episode. I'll tell them, he says firmly. You'll keep your pretty little mouth shut and let me do the talking. Don't say that, I tell him, offended. Right, that's so rude. Say what? That pretty little mouth comment. We're not really engaged, Neil. I am not your trophy wife. Oh my God, I'm so weak with them. Don't worry, no one would ever mistake you as a trophy wife. I mean, it says one to no one, Neil, so bye. I narrow my eyes at him. I'm not in the mood for your childish bickering. I mean, to be kind of honest, I mean, Pooper is the one kind of like being low-key irritating about all of this. Then how about you zip your lips? Your voice is a nuisance to my thoughts. My anger flares up. Now listen here. If you do not watch what you're saying, I'm going to go out there and give them a piece of my mind, regardless of your wishes. That's not what you want now, is it? Neil grunts at me, but otherwise keeps quiet. I fiddle with my fingers on my lap. I'm on edge. Neil's on edge as well, and it's not a good combination because apparently we can't do anything but say nasty things to each other like this. Right, y'all really think y'all gonna get married and act like that? No. 2 days ago, we were civilized and I felt like we had made some progress with each other. However, as soon as we're both stressed, we fight like cat and dog. Finally, Neil speaks up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. He sighs, a worried expression gracing his features. I'm stressed and nervous. I have no idea how my mother will take the news, nor do I know what will happen to me afterwards. Okay, options. Put your hand on top of his to comfort him. Reassure him with words. We'll be nice. Because it is a stressful situation. And it's not like it was their fault. Fully. Don't worry. I'll be here too. You're not going to be alone. I reassure him. Neil musters up a tiny smile. You get front row seats to this disaster. I snort in response. We drive the rest of the way in silence, which reveals itself to be deadly to me as I keep thinking up of different scenarios in my head, each one worse than the last. When we finally arrive, I look out the window and I'm blown away by the huge mansion in front of me. The front yard is twice its size. There's even someone tending to the yard by shoveling snow out of the path. I'm feeling intimidated by the sheer size of the property. It really is a good visual representation of their wealth. And I'm going to make these very wealthy people very angry. Well, they about to have her business shut down. I'm like, girl, we could do that all on our own. You didn't tell me they lived in a mansion, I tell Neil, surprised. What do you think they lived in? A shoe? Wow. My parents are wealthy. You know that, he says as we get out the car. I hurry up after Neil. So he has such a smart ass mouth, and I am so over it. Like, we need to slap him one more time before this whole route of his ends. I just want to punch him in his face. I hurry up after Neil, a bit afraid he'd leave me alone in these unfamiliar surroundings. The front door is large and painted red. When it opens up, we both enter the receiving hall. Welcome back, Master Neil, greets the butler politely. Neil nods his head at him, and we both walk further into the hall. I'm practically glued to Neil's back. You have servants? I shout under my breath. Pooper, can you contain yourself? Neil snaps at me. Stop commenting on every little thing. Well, my thing, it's different. Like, of course, if you're new to something like that, it's gonna be a culture shock to you. I'm sorry. I'm nervous, I explain honest. Just being here gives me the chills. I follow Neil as we enter a different room, with what appears to be a large lounge area, and I see Evelyn seated on a white leather couch. I almost want to duck behind Neil as I see her, but I swallow my nerves and stand next to him instead as we approach her. Ren, are you kidding me, girl? Move out my way. Come here. Yeah, back it up. Come on. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Sorry about that, guys. Is he going to tell her now, or is he going to wait until dinner? No clue regarding what Neil is going to do now, so I decide to keep quiet. Neil, Pooper, welcome. Oh my, you both look a little pale. Are you famished? Asks Evelyn. We're fine, Mother. Just a little tired from the trip, Neil answers before sitting down on the couch. I stand awkwardly for a few seconds, then quickly sit next to Neil. The white leather feels cold to the touch. Everything in this room looks like it has a minimum price of my yearly salary. Girl. I've always known Neil was wealthy, but I guess it never really got through to me until now. Neil likes to walk around instead of drive, and he goes to coffee shops to drink coffee. I mean, don't rich people do that too? I mean, they can be, what's the word? Resourceful too. They drink coffee. They eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches too, okay? He doesn't have his own chauffeur driving him around or a butler preparing his drinks. He's never actually flaunted his wealth in my face like I expected him to. It's made me forget he's from a rich background. The uncomfortable silence stretches on, and I'm growing restless. Nice, butler, I blurt out. Neil gives me a dirty, shifty look, and I can imagine his voice clearly telling me to shut up. Really? I lower my head and look down at my lap. Why are you looking like that? Which servant, dear? Was their service unacceptable to you? asks Evelyn. Their service was excellent. Pooper is simply not used to having them around, Neil explains. She's the middle class, after all. Now it's my turn to give Neil a dirty look. You know, Marcus and I have not always been living the dream, Evelyn starts in the sweet tone. We had to work long and hard for our careers, for our ambitions. Sometimes that meant scraping by, choosing whether or not to buy groceries and go hungry that day. Evelyn flashes a smile at Neil. My son, he's never known such hardships. We worked hard to provide him that kind of life. Well, that's certainly true. You have nothing to worry about, Pooper. As a woman coming from a similar background, we welcome you with open arms as our future daughter-in-law. Oh God, I just want to die right now. She gave me her blessing, but I'm not actually getting married to Neil. I mean, shoot, at this point, he got money. So, I mean, shoot, girl, take it. Just go for the money. Neil hides his face behind his hand, short of words as well. Where's father? Neil decides to ask. He sounds really tense, but who could blame him? Probably in his study. He's always working. Subconsciously, I place my hand on his lower back in an effort to give him some sort of courage. I lean closer to him to whisper in his ear. Don't drag it out, Neil. This is getting worse by the second. Neil clears his throat. I have something to say to both of you. Oh, is it about the wedding? Asks Evelyn. I suppose it is. Can you call father? Evelyn waves at the servant, who's been standing idle near the doorway, and he quickly disappears once the silent command is given. Have you decided on a date? It's alright if you want to wait a year or two, you know. Young couples do wait a lot these days. I cringe at each word she says. She really is looking forward to this wedding. Can we wait until both of you are here? It's important, Neil stresses. Now I'm getting stressed. Who out here is getting stressed out? Leave it in the comment if you're getting stressed by this. Because you guys, people, I really do not know where this is going. I don't. Maybe if you guys think I'm like, I jumped ahead to other chapters and stuff to play these games, I don't. Like, it's all pretty much like, as we're going. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't. Certainly. We anxiously wait as time ticks by, sitting there, uncomfortably, on the white leather couch, whereas Evelyn is browsing on a tablet. When we finally see Marcus emerge in the doorway, we both sigh out in relief before tensing right up simultaneously. Now, for the hard part. I don't know, I feel like Evelyn would be okay, like the mom, she would be cool, but I feel like the dad would probably be like, are you serious, bro? Get the fuck out my house. What's going on, boy? See, look at him. I hear Miss Marsh, what's going on, boy? Grunts Marcus. I hear Miss Marsh hasn't been able to reach you for the last couple of days. Have you been skipping work again? I raise my eyebrows at this. I didn't realize Neil was missing work. I thought he had said he had the day off. Wow. See, y'all both are about to be broke and bums. I can't. Tell her to mind her own business, says Neil. How do you do that? You're right, Neil. This is my business, bellows Marcus, now standing in front of his son. Literally, my business. Who do you think gave you that job? I can't have you coming and going as you please. This has gone on long enough. Darling, don't you think it's time for you to turn the other cheek and perhaps give Neil some time off? He needs to spend some of it with his fiancée, suggests Evelyn. See, this is getting... Oh my goodness, people! If you're new to the channel, please definitely like, share, and subscribe. Marcus throws his hands up in the air so that he can go off gallivanting around with his art girl and let him think he can do whatever he pleases? Let it poison his mind? Art girl? No, you've been poisoned long enough already by that inane cousin of yours. It's time you enter the real world, the corporate world, full of responsibilities. No more slacking off or dodging your duty, because that's what this is, son. It's your duty. He said duty. Neil is uncharacteristically quiet. He's clenching his hands into his fist, but his head is turned away from his father, avoiding my eyes. He isn't saying a word. I'm appalled at his father's words. Seriously, art girl? Is that all I am? Yeah, I would have, ooh, my goodness. Never would he call me an art girl. Really? You've had your fun in college. You wasted some precious time getting that good-for-nothing bachelor degree, and your head is now filled with nothing but useless art images. It's time to put all of this behind you before you disappoint me any further. Are you serious, man? I really feel for people that have parents like that. That really, they literally, the parents literally see their child as like them. Like, literally, like, a second them. And it's so disgusting and creepy. Like, he can't be his own person. Like, he literally has to, like, be just like his dad. And that's not even fair, and that's not okay. Like, what's wrong with having a bachelor's in arts? Are you kidding me? There's so much you could do. I feel like arts is it's broad. That's why I decided to major in communications, because I feel like it's such a broad major. You can do a lot with it, you know? Neil hangs his head down. He still hasn't said anything at all. I can feel my own anger bubble up inside of me, marking my cheeks with the color red. Marcus huffs. You're a man now, Neil, and men keep their word. Don't make me cut you off entirely and leave you to fend for yourself. Even the mom's not even saying anything. But, I mean, with the man, like, with a father like him, I mean, he probably tells Evelyn to shut up all the time. I couldn't do it. Then he finally looks at me. And perhaps you should find someone more suitable for you to marry. This art girl will only succeed in pulling you astray even further, and I will not tolerate it. Marcus, don't talk like that to Neil's fiancé, yells Evelyn. This is getting so intense. Admit it, girl. You're solely doing this for money, aren't you? I mean, me, I would. Pooper, I don't know. Ah, yes. You really must have thought you hit the jackpot. With my son coming from a wealthy background, well, I'm not going to let someone like you take advantage of that. Speak up against Marcus. I'm not with Neil for money. Oh my goodness, I'm going in on him. I don't care how rich he is. Really you think just because you have more wealth than me that you can just talk to me any old kind of way? You can talk to your son like that. That's fine. But what you're not gonna do, sir, is come at me crazy. So we're gonna be fierce with it. I stand up from my seat. Excuse me? I speak up. There's no way I can stand here and let this man talk about me or Neil this way. Right? I don't give a damn if that's his dad. I look him straight in the eye. Despite being similar to his sons, his hold none of the warmth that Neil possesses. And it kind of makes sense why Neil acts the way he does, because his dad is probably... Look how his dad is treating him. Aren't you ashamed to say such vile things about someone you have barely addressed 2 words to? And for that matter, how dare you speak to your son in that way? He's your son. Pooper! Neil hisses at me and tugs at my hand to get me to sit back next to him. No, I refuse to back down. Exactly. He's my son, he emphasizes with a hearty laugh. Don't you forget those whose house you're in, Missy. I will simply not tolerate such disrespect and sheer contempt in my own home. No wonder Neil's trying to run away from you. You're absolutely terrible to deal with. Okay, now You don't have to mention that part, okay? It's not that Neil is trying to run away from anything. He's just trying to get less hours at his job because he's being overworked. Like, he's human, not a robot. I say breathlessly, at least your wife is silver enough to be happy for her son. Well, that's just like nature versus nurture, okay, with, mothers. Sit back down and know your place. I am definitely not allowing this marriage to take place, he bellows. Or, they didn't even mention this about this. They could just cuss the dad out and then the dad just be like, oh yeah, y'all really not getting married. And I would have been like, well, bitch, that's the goal. We don't want to marry each other. Good, I shout back. Girl, you about to cry in the car. You guys, she's gonna cry in the car, for real. Because I wasn't going to marry him in the first place. Ooh. Oh, honey, please don't say things like that. Marcus, calm down and stop yelling. You're just making things worse, pleads Evelyn. Pooper, Neil whines. No, I'm going to tell them. I move away from Neil and his dad. Tell us what? Oh my, why don't we all simply calm down and drink some tea, says Evelyn. Neil and I were never engaged in the first place. It was a sham, I say clearly. Marcus emits a loud snort, then laughs at us. A sham, you say? Did you need the money that badly that you had to fool my son? Oh my gosh. His dad. You guys. Does this mean there won't be a wedding? Asks Evelyn in a sad voice. I growl at Marcus. I'm not in it for the money, and I wasn't fooling Neil. We were both pretending. Neil cuts me off. Pooper, come on, let me explain. He gets up from the couch as well. Explain what, boy? Marcus asks. I'm not engaged, nor am I planning to get married, Neil confesses. We lied. It takes a few seconds for the information to register with Marcus and Evelyn, both looking at us with confused expressions. Marcus laughs again. Brilliant! This is brilliant! This means I had nothing to worry about. You can come back to the hospital to resume your work without any distractions then. Yes, queen! Oh, well, Evelyn doesn't know what to say. She gonna cry in the car too. Don't you even want to know why we were pretending? I say. Details aren't important. What's important is that you now have no reason to be in this house, so I will kindly ask you to leave, says Marcus. Angry that he's being so dismissive towards me, I stand my ground. The only reason why I pretended to be his fiancée was so Neil would not have to work as much. Because that's what's going on. You're overworking your son to a point where he collapses from exhaustion. That's not a life anyone should have to endure. Sweetie, is this true? Evelyn asks out of concern, looking at Neil. Neil doesn't answer. He merely stands there with clenched fists. Why isn't he saying anything? What Neil does is none of your concern. I will get my chauffeur to bring you back to your place. Marcus beckons to a servant. Shouldn't your son's health be more your concern? I bite back. Shouldn't you care about his health and his happiness? Working for you makes him so miserable that he'd rather hide from you. Enough, he says. Remove yourself from this house immediately. My chauffeur is waiting for you outside. I can't listen to any more drivel you spout. You're nothing but a nuisance. Go back to where you came from. I don't need your chauffeur because I'm leaving myself. I'm not going to stand here and listen to the awful things you say about Neil. I'm sorry for the intrusion. I give Neil one last look before turning around and heading straight outside. Yes, goodbye. Gosh. Man. Eee! Okay, so we literally have, let's see. Man, that was a chapter. Oh my goodness. I think that's my favorite chapter. Everybody was going in on each other. Oh, I love it. I'm here for it. Okay, so we have 4 more chapters left. And so, man, yeah, 4 more chapters left. Well, no. Wait, no, we just did 26. So we have 2 more chapters left, right? Yeah, we have 2 more. So I definitely feel like we're going to probably get the passionate route, whatever that is. So yeah, oh yeah, so we have the passionate ending here, and then we have the passionate. We're gonna get that again too, probably. So, what did you guys think about all of this? Oh my gosh, this is getting crazy. Okay, so I thank you guys all for tuning in and watching. And if you really enjoyed Tailor Tales, again, this game is actually free on Steam. There will be a link in the description. And also, Celiana actually is the creator of Tailor Tales. So special shout outs to her. Definitely stop by her Patreon and give her some coins, guys. Give her some monies. And there's actually a kind of like a there's like a little side story thing you could get to, which is called Tailor Tale Plus. And it's pretty much kind of it's 18 and up because it's got some scenes that are not kid-friendly, and I'm definitely not going to be playing that on this channel. And so if you want to play that on your own, it's on her Patreon as well. So definitely, guys, check this game out if you're new to the channel. Thank you guys for stopping by, and, you know, hopefully my pronunciation and I'm speaking more clearly to you guys. And I thank you guys all for tuning in and watching, and I will definitely upload the next recording like ASAP because this is getting crazy. Like we're almost done, so we basically have 2 more chapters left. So definitely share with friends, family, like, and most importantly subscribe, and I will see you guys next video.